Ian, how do you feel about windshield wipers?
Neutral.
Yeah?
I'd say. I don't.
You take them or leave them?
I prefer to take them.
Yeah. So you like them?
I think that they are something that I would rather have a good windshield wiper or just not use my windshield wipers. I'd rather have one that actually gets all the water off my windshield.
Right.
Or like I don't like the ones that like just leave streaks and now I can't drive and I'm going to die.
It's really fun when it's like you scraped your car, like scrape the ice off in the morning, but you did a really bad job. So then you're like, I can just wiper it as it gets a little warmer, but then it just streaks across the windshield because it's like half frozen. And then it's like, wow, I really can't see now.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't
do that a lot.
didn't realize we were talking about ice though.
No, I wasn't, but I just thought of that.
I don't use my windshield wipers really in the wintertime a ton.
Oh,
when it's currently snowing, as the snow is falling, then I will. But I'm not one of those guys that just like gets in the car and turns the heat on and just like hopes everything works out. Like I brush my car off.
Oh yeah, for sure. My process is like this. I get in the car. I turn the heat on, the defrosters front and back.
Yep.
I get out and then I scrape the car pretty good. I usually do a pretty good job. But then I'll get back in the car and hopefully by then, the windshield's warmed up a little bit and then I can finish it up with the wipers if I need to.
I see. Do you brush the top of the car off?
Yes, if it snows. Like if it's just like a layer of frost I'm scraping.
Well, yeah.
No, but if it's like, I brush the whole car.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
Use a push broom. When there's like 5 to 8 inches of snow.
As opposed to like what?
Like a little hand scraper
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Like, mine, I think we're talking about the same thing. Mine like turns 90 degrees, then extends.
Well, mine does too, but I'm talking about like a full size push broom that you like sweep with.
Like a broom.
Like a broom. Yes.
Okay. That's cool.
Changed my life the first time
Really?
That's drastic, but it was like, it truly is way better because I mean, obviously the surface area you're covering is just drastic, but like I can get the whole side of my car in one swipe, like whew, done.
That's fun.
My whole windshield, one swipe.
Your whole windshield.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Very useful tip. So
cool.
If you're in a hurry, I mean, the other thing you have to, brooms are dirty.
Right. You gotta have a clean one.
Well, you have to have a clean one or you just have to be okay with like getting a little bit of dirt on your car as you're wiping it off. But if you're in a hurry and you like woke up and you didn't check the weather and you're like, oh no, it snowed 6 inches.
Right.
Really good way to get a lot of snow off your car in a short amount of time. So push brooms, get them everywhere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Recap Podcast. We're back and better than ever. We have our sponsor this episode, Calypso Lemonade. We love it. They're not paying us. It's a free sponsorship. We actually paid for this drink, and then we decided to talk about it.
Yeah.
No, but we do like Calypso Lemonade. Very good lemonade.
First time I had it, but I'm
oh, really? I didn't know that. Really good lemonade. Some of the best out there. I encourage you all to try it. I like the normal one. This is strawberry, but yeah. Anyway,
it's been a good experience for me so far.
So this is my first time that I would like to address our audience formally as Dexters.
What is up, Dexters?
It's a very exciting moment. We have a fandom name.
Yes.
Is that
we've
made saying that right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
This is why we call them Dexters, because we don't know what to
call them.
We don't know what to do here.
So we're calling them Dexters, and I think it's a cool name. We put a poll up on our Instagram if you missed it, and I think it was like 75 to 15%.
I don't know if that's how the numbers work, but it's close.
Yeah, that would equal 100.
No, that'd be 90, dude.
Oh, whoops.
That's okay.
75 to 80. Sorry. No, not 75 to 80.
75 to 25.
25 to 75.
You got
it. But it might have been 85 to 50. Anyway, it was substantial margin to call you guys Dexters. So we've done it.
At least for now, right?
At least for now.
Something better.
At least for now. The origin traces back to
ages ago.
Our
early days of the podcast.
Our number one fan, probably. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
He definitely does input a lot.
Everyone named Dexter is our number one fan. All you Dexters are our
All you Dexters are our number one fan. But the Dexter is quite the guy, and he definitely gives us a lot of content. So he's a good guy. And so we decided to give him the honor of being the head of our fandom.
You hear that, Dexter?
So if you didn't know Dexter,
that's a lot of responsibility for one guy, but we know that you're
going to have to start a Facebook group and manage it, because we're not going to do it. So
thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Oh, Colin, how was your week?
It was a good week. I'm trying to remember
it was a total normal week.
Yeah, how long it's been since we recorded last. It's been about 6 days.
Exactly.
It was a Tuesday last time.
It was a Tuesday last time.
What has happened? Not much. As you all know, I live a pretty exciting, interesting life and do a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, you do.
The most interesting of which is I went to Walmart a couple hours ago.
In the course of 6 days, the most interesting thing I've done is go to Walmart like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, that about sums it up.
Yeah, fair enough. I had a big sad happen this week. You already know about it, but on Wednesday, maybe we'll show a picture. Should we show a picture?
Sure.
Okay, right here. Oh, now it's over here.
I'm not going to move it, dude. Come on. Don't do this to me.
Just kidding. But so what happened, as you can see, and for those of you who are not seeing, but just using your ears, my guitar broke.
It's broken.
On Wednesday, it was a big sad. I was walking across the stage. My foot snagged the instrument cable, a 1/4 inch, pulled it to the ground, falling drastically, very quickly, like with the speed of gravity and stuff. And it hit the ground and cracked the headstock. If you don't know what that is, it's where it's the end of the guitar. It doesn't matter.
You can see the picture. You get it.
You get it. It's super sad, but it's at the shop, and he said he's going to try and fix it. So I have hope. This guy really knows what he's doing. So I have faith in him, and I think that we're going to get her back up on the wall right there. I see where she goes, and she's not there, and that makes me sad. But it's all right. I think that I'll survive, probably.
I hope so.
So, yeah.
For the sake of the podcast, at least, you know.
Well, you can find a new co-star.
Yeah.
Co-star is not co-host.
Co-host.
There we go. I'm not
Co-star.
a star, you guys.
Not yet.
Never. I don't want to be a star. Would you rather be referred to as a star or like just a famous person?
Probably not star. So famous person, I guess.
Yeah. Because star is just weird. Like, who came up with that idea of being like, hey, you're a star? It's like,
yeah, that is weird. We should call people other space things.
You're a meteor, man.
You're just, man, you're a planet.
You're just zero gravity, dude.
You're just zero.
You're just like lack of oxygen.
You're just an empty nothingness.
You're such a black hole.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a good
You're
thing
such
to do.
an anti-oxygen. Not anti-oxygen. Your lack of oxygen. I already said that, but I didn't know if you heard me. So I said it again. What's next here?
Well, next up on our note
Agenda.
is comment content or
No.
Dexter's DMs.
Yeah, officially known as Dexters DMs. We've changed the name officially, which actually works out really well because now that you're all Dexters, if you send us a DM, it's automatically a
Dexter's
Dexter.
DMs.
It's automatically a Dexter DM.
Yeah.
But the one and only Dexter, well, not the
The OG
not the
Dexter.
one and only, not the. This is going to get
The
confusing.
leader
quickly.
of the Dexters.
Should we say his name? Do people know his name?
I think we
Or
said
not?
Drew.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Drew.
we said it
it's
before.
Drew. Drew sent us a DM this week again. Dude, keep them coming. We love him.
We love the
them.
DMs.
We love the DMs. Everybody send us DMs, please, because right now it's just Dexter. It's just Drew, which is great. Drew, don't stop, but other people start. If you have something you want us to cover on the podcast or a question or just want to say hey. So he said two things, and I'm actually going to start with the second one.
Okay.
And then we're going to go back. Yep. So he said, Colin, you never responded to me like you said you would. Crying
emoji.
face emoji.
Yeah.
You're you looking at it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But just so you know, I forgive you with an exclamation.
He's serious about that forgiveness.
Yes, he is. He says, because that's what Dexters do. You heard it here first, folks. The leader of the Dexters commands you all to forgive one another.
You know
Because
what?
that's what Dexters do. So,
Dexter, the OG Dexter. I'm sorry.
formal apology.
This is a formal apology. Yeah, I said that on the podcast, and then I didn't do it, and I'll do better.
It's all good. I responded to him, and we made it work. So I'm pretty sure he'll keep sending us stuff, even though we didn't respond to him the first time. But his question that he gave us, oh man, I was going to think about this. And
Dexter,
I
I'm going to
forgot
send you a code word that's going to say the word. What should I say?
What are you doing?
I'm going to say something that's not going to make sense until he listens to the episode.
Oh, elixir.
Elixir. How do you spell that?
Let me look. Grab it's up there. The purple box.
Hang on. Here we go.
It's a guitar string brand.
Oh, gotcha.
And
Unplug my cord.
I think that would be that's a good word. That's a good word, Pastor. Good word.
Okay,
yeah. So elixir, Dexter.
Elixir. That is the thing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. It just came through. Okay. The question that Dexter asked us this week, I was gonna, like I just said, I was gonna think about this, and then I forgot to think about it. So you're gonna go first.
Okay.
He says, if you got to create a sport and it would become wildly popular, describe what it would be like. Great question.
That is a really great question. I'm going to answer a question that is similar, but not quite the same, because I think I have a better answer for that. So this is more of a game show that I think would be
show idea.
I don't know about a game show, but it's basically, here's my idea. Like, you know, those baking shows or like
Yes.
cake making, you know, like the fancy cakes they make and stuff, that type of show, but for video editors or like filmmaking in general. So you've got like different teams and they either like all get the same footage and they have an hour to make something
so for
from
editing.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That could be one version, or it's like they're all given the same script and they have, 12 hours to make a movie from it, and then you see the final results at the
That
end.
could be cool. If you're given just like a script,
Yeah.
like if you're given a script and also like a genre category, like you're given a script and then the category horror, and you
Right.
have to make a horror movie based on that
With that
script, but
same
another
script.
person has to make a drama based on that script.
Yeah. Or even,
that could be cool.
honestly, it'd be cool just to see if everyone's given the same thing, where everybody goes with it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like everyone would take it so many different directions.
Oh, fascinating idea. That's really cool.
I really want to watch that show. Actually, I want to be on that show.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That's
what
cool.
That's all I want.
Oh, now you're making me think a little bit about. Okay. I'm struggling with this one.
That's okay.
I'm struggling with this one. I mean, in the realm of like that style,
Yeah.
like less sport and more, because I'm not really a big sports guy.
Sure.
But less sport and more like TV show idea.
Yeah.
I think a TV show about cardistry could be cool.
So basically, we've taken our hobbies and said,
Yeah.
I think they need to make a show.
No, I
about
know,
this.
but like I do think that could be cool
It would be
because
cool.
because it's such a broad like niche.
Mm-hmm.
So to blow it up into something like that could be cool. And also
Broad. You mean like not broad? Like it's
it's broad in the sense of like that you can do so many different things
sure.
with
I
it.
got you. I think you meant like
It's small.
Yeah.
It's small, but like it's small community wise. Like the people who know about it are
the amount
like
of people.
the amount of people who know about it, and like the amount of people that know about it are small, but the amount of like content out there and the amount of like different variations of the skill are just enormous. So it could be cool to like judge it because
Right.
it's like it's very niche. Like some people like this style, other people like this style. So it would be interesting to judge it, I think. So if I was on that show, I would like to be a judge, not a contestant, because I'm not as good as a lot of people in the world. But
you can judge.
But I can judge some good things. Another thing that I think would be fun for like a sport that's actually like totally doable is like so at this camp that I go to, that I work at during the summertime, we do like KP, right? So like it stands for kitchen patrol, but it really is just like dishes. Like you have to scrub the floor at the end of every night. You have to set up the dining room, vacuum the dining room, all that stuff. I think it would be really cool to divide into teams and like time it, because so like dinner KP can take a long time, because you have to scrub the floor at the end of the night. You're putting everything away. Like there's no like, I mean, I don't know, this doesn't really happen, but there's no like, there's no cooks cooking who are like coming over, like taking a bowl from you because they need it.
Yeah.
Like after it's clean, like, oh, I'll just take that. Like you have to put that away at the end of the day, you know? So like everything gets put away. Everything on the drying racks gets put away. Everything gets scrubbed down at the end of the day. Like the big 3-way sink where you like wash dishes by hand. Like after lunch, that doesn't get scrubbed, but after dinner it does. So I think it'd be cool to like divide into teams and like see who can do it the fastest.
Yeah, like different. So you have like a different category almost for each meal, right? Because obviously, someone going against someone's best time at breakfast when their time was at dinner is not going to be a fair.
Right, you'd all have to do dinner.
Yeah.
So, like in a team of like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 people would be cool. That would be fun.
That would be cool.
We could totally make that happen. I'm thinking about like my camp people right now who are listening to this being like, that would be fun. Like we could totally make that happen, you guys. I'll put in a good word. I know people up there.
He's got connections.
I've got connections. I don't have any.
That's okay.
More connections than anybody else does. But I do think that could be a cool idea. But the game show thing is more fun to me. Like,
yeah, it's just interesting that format of show, like, I don't even know if game show is the right word, but like I'm thinking specifically of like those
it's kind of a game show.
Those like baking shows, you know, like I feel like there's 18 of them with like the cakes and the all those kind of things. I feel like that format is reserved almost exclusively for cooking.
I like the show Chopped, where you open it up and they all have the same ingredients, but they have to make a different meal.
Yeah, it's like that, but for video editing.
Exactly.
Or
but sometimes they make like very similar meals. Yeah, dude, yours is better than mine, because I was just like, make this into a show, but yours is more thought through.
I think in general, there's a lot that could be done with that format of show, you know?
Yeah.
That goes beyond just like food.
Yeah.
We should get on that.
For sure we should. You know, if we blow up, we could do a thing where
we could make that show happen.
We could totally make that show happen. And it could be an amazing thing, and it would be awesome. Yeah. That's what I think.
It's too bad you and I don't do the same things, because then we could just do it ourselves and then like let the audience be the judge.
Yeah, no, I don't edit.
But like I can't do music and you can't do edit.
I can't do edit, but I can do music.
Mm-hmm. So I can do edit.
I could music to your edit.
Ooh. Should we make a movie?
We should. No.
And you do the soundtrack.
No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't make a movie, but you know, we could do like a thing where I play my guitar on the podcast and you like come up with a movie script.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Someday.
Maybe we'll do that next week.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember when we did that the first time, we asked like, hey, one person says do it again and we'll do it again. 2 people said do it again.
Oh my goodness.
So
that's double.
Two people told me to my face, do it again. So I was like, okay. One person said not to.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that cancels out the 1. So we're at 1. So that means we still
have
to do it again.
Yeah. So we still have to do it again. So if you really don't want it, then you need to send us a chat or something, because it's
DM us and say, please don't do it.
Right now it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Cool. Should we move on to our main I don't know. Is Game Time our main segment, you think?
I think Game Time's kind of our main segment. Like I actually have something to ask before we move on.
Yeah.
I have 2 things before we move on. Okay. Number 1, I have quote of the week. I know in the note it's below Game Time, but
my gosh, you're going off
switch
script.
stuff up here. Going off script, you guys. This is not.
I
a
say script as though we have
that's-
more than 25 words on this thing.
Okay. This week's quote of the week is actually last week's quote of the week, and I forgot to do it.
Okay, cool.
Because it makes more sense about a week ago, sort of. And it's not funny, and it's not inspiring. I just thought it was wild that this person said this.
Okay.
So the quote is, air quotes, right?
If you're listening, he did the air quote gesture.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Sorry I interrupted.
The hardest thing to understand in the world is income tax. Can you guess the person who said this? Because I don't know if I was shocked, but I was just like, really? This is not something, because I Googled like a good quote and this popped up and I was like, this should not be the quote by this guy.
But I have to.
This should not be the quote by this guy.
If I had to guess, this just feels, but you're saying it's not something this person would say. So, but this feels like something this person would say. Is it Elon Musk?
No. Older. Dead. Currently.
Dead. Is it like Thomas Edison?
No. Elon Musk is like kind of an interesting, sort of related, not really, but smart. You get one more guess because it's painful.
Okay. Nikola Tesla.
No. Albert Einstein. Really? Albert Einstein is quoted to say the hardest thing in the world to understand is income tax. I guess it kind of makes sense because he like understood a lot of things,
but he just couldn't get.
Get income tax.
You know, I don't blame him.
I don't understand income tax, but
I pretend I do sometimes.
Not because I like. I don't. Not because it's hard for me to understand, just because I haven't looked into it at all.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, I haven't really needed to understand it. It's just like they take it out, and then I do my taxes. I'm not even sure what that really means. I just fill out the TurboTax form, and then
they give me money back.
so it worked out pretty nicely for me.
Because we're 19, and that's what happens.
Yeah. Yes, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah. So
and
I hope
I'm happy with my level of knowledge about income tax.
Yeah, me too. So I hope that quote inspires you, and also just makes you go, "What? I don't understand income tax either," and that's okay because neither did Albert Einstein. Okay. And
you're not
like
stupid.
I said, it would have made more sense because like tax cutoff thing was April 15th.
Oh yeah, it was topical back then.
It was topical back then. It's no longer topical, but
that's a missed opportunity. That's unfortunate.
I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Really quick. This is one of my little things that I just pop in there. You know,
I've got one after that, and then we can get to the game.
Fun. Okay. Does it irritate you when somebody's phone is on vibrate versus ringtone, or vice versa, is on ringtone versus vibrate? Does that like just grind your gears? Does it twist your twisters? Does it pull your hair?
So you're saying, does it bother me if it's on?
Does it bop your nose? Does it poke your belly?
One more.
Does it smudge your glasses?
That was the worst one of all the one. Like that's the most annoying thing I've ever heard. Just someone like getting their thumb up there and just how you like that.
I know that one would be really annoying, wouldn't it?
Right.
Does that smudge your glasses?
So just to clarify, you're saying if someone does the other one, then what my preference is?
Sure.
So like my phone is always on vibrate.
Okay. Why?
Because my phone is always in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm the only one who knows if I get a notification. I don't need to bother other people with my notifications.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So does it bother me when other people have their ringtone on?
Yes.
Not really.
Oh, so why are you concerned about bothering other people if it doesn't bother you yourself?
That's a good question. I think more so it'd just be like, I'd be embarrassed if I was like in church or something and my phone starts ringing.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I've got the Apple Watch. So if I get a notification, it vibrates on my wrist.
Bags.
Yeah, I know.
You're
Even if
so rich.
I'm so wealthy, you guys. It's unbelievable. No wonder I don't understand income tax. I don't need to.
You are most likely to be a millionaire.
I don't need it.
Between the two of us.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm. Throwback.
Callback.
But so even if my phone isn't in my pocket, it still vibrates on my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's no reason to ever have it on the ringtone.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this? Because clearly you have them, right?
I do. I think it depends. So, like, I do know a couple people. Okay, so yesterday, I don't know the circumstances, but my mom sometimes has trouble like answering her phone, and I think most of the time it's because she'll like leave her phone on the counter and walk away.
Yeah.
So it like doesn't really matter if it's on ring or vibrate. Like regardless, she's like downstairs and it's upstairs. So that one is whatever. But like yesterday, I was at the store and I needed to find something. I couldn't find it. So I did what every 19-year-old does, and I called my
Called your
mom.
mom.
And I was
You like walk past like 18 employees. You're like, I need to call my mom.
exactly. So I called my mom, and she didn't answer her phone. And I was like, okay, so she's probably not by her phone. So I was like, you know who always has his phone? My dad. It's like always in his pocket, like you. So I was like, oh, I'll call my dad, because my dad's always has his phone, and he's like always with my mom when on the weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll call my dad. Dad doesn't answer his phone. I was like, okay,
Oh,
two
boy.
things have happened. Either the rapture happened and I'm still here, or or they're both not by their phones. So
I've
I
been
called.
left behind, but I still need to find this item at Walmart
Exactly.
because this is important.
I was at Coburn's.
Oh my gosh.
Which was the issue because it's a weird layout.
So you're at Coburn's. No one's gone, but that makes sense because if everyone's raptured, the people at Coburn's aren't going.
Exactly. So
Just kidding, Coburn's shoppers. I'm kidding.
So I go. I called the landline at my house because my house still has a landline. So I called the landline, and my mom answered, or nobody answered the phone, because right now the only thing that comes through on my landline is like spam risk constantly. So I'm like, the only reason we have it is because my little brother's like my little brother doesn't have a cell phone, so it's like when he's home,
Yeah.
whatever.
That way you can call your brother.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
So it goes through the whole process. It's like, leave a message. And like landlines have little speakers on them. So I'm going, it's Ian, pick up the phone. It's Ian, pick up the phone. It's Ian, pick up. And she answers it as if like it was ringing and she picked up. She's like, hello. And I was like, hello, please answer your phones. Where's this thing? So, but back to the topic of vibrate versus ringtone.
Yep.
I am always on vibrate until the nighttime. I don't know why, but for a while back, I started doing this. I turned my ringer on in
Why?
the event that somebody needs to get a hold of me,
Interesting.
but I'm on Do Not Disturb. So it's like I have every person that I can imagine that would call me in the event of emergency. Like I have on my like whatever,
Allowed list. Yeah,
allowed
like they'll get
list.
through the do not disturb.
Right.
Am I one of them?
You are.
Nice.
But
I'll keep
the
that in
thing
mind.
is, there was a while back where my uncle got not a flat tire, but his truck broke down, or his truck was overheating, and he was closer to my house than his house, so he drove to our house 1:00 in the morning. Okay, called my dad. My dad's out of town, so my dad was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll call Ian, and Ian will give you a ride to your house." Phone rings. I'm out. Doesn't wake me up.
Even with the ringer.
Right. And I
Wow.
share a room with my brother. So Logan picks the phone up, answers it, and takes my Uncle Scott to his house. So
And you never knew about
I
this.
never knew about this. I woke up the next day and they were like, dude, how did you not wake up? And I was like, what? He's like, your phone went off. I yelled at you. You still didn't wake up. So I answered the phone and then I left and I came back and you never woke up. And I was like, oh. So
Okay.
a lot of good this does me.
Yeah.
Having the ringer, but so I'm typically on vibrate except at night, and sometimes I flirt with the idea of turning it on ringer when I have shorts on because I can't feel it vibrate.
No, that's true.
And it's really irritating sometimes. Like I remember a specific instance where you called me one time, and
I know this exact story.
and I answered the phone. And I said, "Sorry, I didn't answer you. My phone was in my pocket."
I quote that pretty often at my
Do you
house.
really?
Yeah.
That's
Like,
funny.
one time I called Ian and he answered like the second time. It was like, sorry, my phone was in my pocket.
Yeah, it's not that
So
funny,
good.
but whatever.
It's a great quote.
So in the end, I think I'm more of a vibrate guy, mainly because I like vibrating better than sound.
Because the sound, there's no good ringtones either.
Remember back in the day when we used to filter through ringtones? Did you ever do that? Did you ever
Briefly.
have a song as your ringtone?
No, I didn't want to pay for that.
I didn't have to pay for it.
How'd you get it?
I have no idea.
Did you have an app or something?
No.
Huh.
No,
Okay.
this was like actually. Did you ever have a song for like your alarm on your iPod?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. What was your song? Do you remember?
For a while, I had "The Saints" by Andy Mineo.
Yes, dude.
Great
so
song.
good. I had "You Can't Stop Me" by Andy Mineo.
Nice. That's a
So
great.
good.
The problem I ran into was, you know how when you hear your alarm, it like almost gives you like a mild PTSD. You know what I'm talking about? You're like, oh, it kind of
Yeah.
it freaks you out. That would happen to me when I would hear that song.
Oh no.
So it just kind of ruined songs for me.
That's a bummer.
So I stopped doing that.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, that was good conversation about ringtone versus vibration on a phone.
That was.
So,
Thank you for.
can I do one more before you do your thing?
You can.
I just have a quick shout out to make. Drew, the leader of our Dexters, it was his birthday on April 20th.
Happy birthday, Drew.
4 days ago. So happy birthday, Drew. We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a happy birthday. And many more.
And many more. How old is he? If you don't mind me asking.
I think he's 20.
Nice.
If I had to guess, I would say that he's 20 years old.
That's pretty cool. He's no longer a teenager.
Right. Or he's 18. No, he's not 8. No, not. He definitely isn't 18. He might have turned 19.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think if he graduated. I don't know.
Cool. It's one
He's
of those.
either 19 or 20.
That's awesome. Happy birthday, Drew.
Happy birthday, Drew. If you guys would like us to wish you a happy birthday,
Or wish someone else a happy birthday.
let us know and we will do it.
If you want to communicate with someone through this podcast, do it.
That would be so fun.
If you have a message you want to give someone that you know listens, we'll give it to them.
If your crush listens to this podcast,
And you want us to tell them for
I
them,
will set up we'll set up like a first call on the podcast.
like live on the podcast.
Like live on the podcast. Like,
Like,
we'll
I'll call one person on my phone. You'll call
Yeah.
someone on your phone, and they'll be talking.
and
On
they'll
the
be
podcast.
talking. They'll be like, okay, so like scenario, right?
Yeah.
Guy calls us and is like, hey, this girl I really, really like listens to the podcast. I don't know how to tell her that I really, really like her. And we're like, great. Would you like to do it in front of all these people that listen to the
All
pod?
the people.
Okay. By the time this happens, we're going to have like 20,000 listeners. Say
Millions.
So it's like, would you like to do it in front of 20,000 people? And he's like, yes, that's
Yes.
exactly why I called you. So it's like, okay, we set it up. So I don't know why this is how this is working, but
Yeah.
you would reach out to the girl and be
Yeah.
like, hey,
What do we say?
we handpicked you from our listeners who have left 5-star reviews.
Win $1,000.
No, to come on the podcast and be part of a game segment,
Okay.
a game time, right? And she'd be like, "Oh my goodness, that's so cool! I'm totally in."
Yep.
Right? But
Yep. But she
gotcha,
doesn't know.
gotcha. The game time is your conversation,
Right.
with this guy,
With this random
that
guy.
you probably like as well, because
And then
that's how things should work out.
They'll fall in love, and it'll be because of us.
And it'll be the first Dexter wedding.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
That's
yes.
incredible.
So if that happens, that would be
Love
cool.
it. If anyone's interested in that, just let us know, and we can.
Just reach out.
We'll make it happen for
we'll,
you.
We'll hook it up.
Don't you worry about it.
Don't you even stress. All right.
Okay, I have one thing real fast for you.
Doesn't even have to be fast.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that.
Take your time.
Okay. This thing was going to be like a why do people do that segment?
Oh.
And then I thought, nah, I don't think so.
Nah.
So instead, I'm just going to talk about it as though it's just a thing I thought about.
It is. So go.
Awesome. So recently I bought sunglasses.
Yes, you did.
This is a big step for me in my life.
It is.
Because
It is.
in case you couldn't tell, maybe you're an audio only person. I wear
He's an
regular
absolute
glasses.
nerd.
Yeah, I'm a
He's an
nerd.
absolute nerd.
Oh boy.
No, but actually, shout out to people with glasses.
Shout out. Again, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wear glasses, so getting sunglasses is expensive, right? Normally,
Correct.
if you're just a normal person with good eyes, you can just buy cheap ones if you want.
You can, yeah.
You can buy expensive ones too, but you can also buy cheap ones.
Uh-huh.
I could buy cheap ones, but then I wouldn't be able to see well.
Right.
So I found this place online
Yes.
where I just like plug in my prescription or whatever, and I can buy them that way.
Right.
Which is great. They were pretty cheap. I think they were only like $60, which is not, super cheap, but it's also not like, glasses can be like $100 or $200 pretty easily.
Yes.
Which
Tell
is
me-
dumb.
Tell
Anyway,
me the thing that you're going to
yeah,
say.
here we go. So I ordered these glasses on we're filming this on April 24th. I ordered them on April 14th.
Okay.
Okay. Guess how many emails I've received from this company between then and now.
Okay. Being that you brought it up, I'm going to immediately assume that
Don't go too high or else it's going to be like a letdown.
Okay. I'm going to immediately assume that it was over 5, given that the amount of time has been 10 days.
Yep.
Okay. So even if we're at a rate of 1 every other day, that's a lot of emails. So I'm just going to keep it on. I'm going to say 6.
Okay. You were not very close. The answer is 19.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wait, though. Were some of these emails like, hey, your package shipped?
Yeah. So
hey, your package arrived.
let's just
hey,
take a deeper
don't forget
dive.
because your cart's going to expire. Check out this promotional
Keep in mind, this wasn't like I looked at some glasses and made an account. Then the next day I put them in my cart. Then a few days later I ordered them. But then I had the address wrong and they had to confirm. It wasn't like that. This was like I went to this site for the first time. I picked out glasses. I put them in my cart. I bought them.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not like they had
Impulse
opportunities. Kind of, yeah. So right away we got, like transaction receipt, welcome because you made an account, to order them.
Right.
Your order's confirmed. But then we started getting a little more, your new welcome gift is here. So it's just like a discount on my next glasses. Then it's like, your shipment is secure with route. I think it's like what they go through. Then it's like,
that's exciting.
Buy
stuff.
one, give one. We're working on your order just for your birthday. It's nowhere near my birthday. They're just telling me that they will give me a birthday present if they tell me. Then there's spring gleaming and then a couple emojis like, hey, here's some spring sunglasses. Order update. Almost ready. Your order has shipped. What color are you today? Rainbow emoji, heart emoji.
What?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't really know.
Still white.
Turns out it doesn't change. Is so far in my life, that's been my experience. I don't know. Maybe I'll wake up one day and
we'll see.
a different color.
Fingers crossed.
That'd be something, I guess. Then we get like, have you seen these aviators? Eyeball emoji. Did this catch your eye? Eye emoji. See and save more. Eye emoji.
Goodness, these people are
dollar sign
starving.
emoji. Latest eyewear on sale. We see you. April showers bring eyewear savings. See our best-selling styles. And that's all we got.
April showers bring
eyewear savings.
It's like they were like, okay, it's April and April showers bring May flowers. But you know what?
Let's make it not rhyme.
Make half the thing, make it not rhyme, and people will buy our glasses.
Yeah. We should start a marketing company for things, it's like, okay, it's a
like
company that sells
Merry Christmas. Don't forget your dog treats.
it's like it's a basketball company that sells like basketballs only. That's all they do. And it's the first snow. And it's like, it's snowing. Please buy a basketball from us. Please.
It's snowing. You know what that means. We're still selling basketballs.
You can go to a gym and still play in the winter.
Yep.
So do it.
It's snowing, so you know what that means. Our sport isn't over because we don't play baseball.
The leaves are falling, and so will you be for the new Kia on sale at the dealership.
That one's good.
Thanks.
That one's good. So will you be for the new Kia. Fall in love this winter with the new...
The leaves are changing colors, and so will you be, according to this
eyewear company. Oh, that's funny. Commercials are something else, dude.
Yeah.
This just make me thought of commercials. Like, do you know those? There's like Apple commercials out there that are just wild.
Apple makes some pretty incredible commercials.
They make like some good ones, and then they're
a little bit hit or miss.
Like, what the heck is happening? I saw one time. I think it was a Super Bowl commercial, actually.
Jeez.
So
they're putting millions of dollars into this commercial.
Maybe it wasn't Super Bowl, but I think it was like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So it's a big
I don't know, big football day, right?
Yeah.
And there was not a hint of their product anywhere in this commercial the whole time. And we started watching it, like everybody's just watching the TV. We're not commenting on it, right? My whole family's sitting around there. And all of a sudden this commercial comes on, right? And everybody's just watching it. Nobody's really commenting about it. Side conversations are happening. I kid you not, it was like a 2.5 minute commercial. Okay, within the first 30 seconds, people. This is the only topic of conversation.
Yeah. You're like, where's this going?
Like, what's happening? This guy's like out in the middle of the woods, and like he's like making a fire, and you're like, okay, wait, check the channel. Are we on this movie now? Like, what's going on? And I think at the end of it, he's just like walking down a road, and we're like, what is this promoting? And it goes, Apple, and I'm like, what about Apple?
Oh, is it? I wonder if it's something about their like emergency SOS satellite thing.
I have no idea.
I wonder if that's what it was promoting.
I have no idea, but all I know is that it confused me more than it made me excited to buy things from you.
I saw an Apple commercial pretty recently. I don't watch it. We don't like have like cable or anything in my house, so I don't watch a ton of commercials. But we recently got Peacock. Yeah, but it's the ad one,
right? Not the free one.
Right. Well, no, it's the cheaper one that has ads.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You're still paying for it, but there's ads?
I think it was some deal, so we got it for a year for like $1 a month. And then like the next tier up was like $15 a month. Or something crazy like that.
So you're paying, so you do have cable.
Yeah, well, it's streaming.
But it's the same thing as cable.
Because it has ads? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You realize, I think all the platforms have this. Like
Netflix
Disney Plus
doesn't have
Netflix
ads.
Does.
It has an ad.
There's a tier, like the lowest tier is cheaper, but it still has some ads.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So they have like 6 commercials that they cycle through over and over again. And it's like, so some of these I could tell you word for word. Capital One.
I know more than I ever wanted to about dishwasher soap.
No, but there's this Apple commercial that they were running a while back, and I really liked it. It was highlighting like the AirPods Pro noise cancellation. Okay. But the whole concept of the commercial was like, it was this girl walking down a street, but she was like there alone, and everything else that like all this like noisy stuff was happening, but it was like 100 feet floating in the air. Yeah. You know, like way above everything. So the idea is like, you're in your own little world when you have the noise cancellation. And then she like hit the button and like everything like flew back down. It was pretty cool. That's
cool. Nice. They do have some incredible like cinematography. Yeah.
But I totally agree that like a lot of these commercials nowadays, you're like, what is this?
What's going on?
Yeah. That'd be a fun site. Maybe we
like
should do it sometime.
It gets done. It's like at Ford F-150.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what? Huh?
That'll be a segment. We'll find commercials, and then you have to try and guess what the company is.
Oh, that would be
as
fun.
The commercial's happening.
Oh, that would be fun. Okay. Well, I'm going to write that down.
Write that down.
Commercial game, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, now that we're pretty good.
Do you want to intro the game?
Yeah.
Welcome to game time.
Which one are we doing first? Just tell me the title.
How about now?
Okay. Got it. So we are going to do a game called How About Now? Basically, the concept is one of us is going to give the other person a universally agreed, like an idea that pretty much everyone agrees with. Like something like stealing is bad. Mm-hmm. And then the other person's job is going to be to make the argument as to why this is actually a good thing.
Right.
Am I explaining that well?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're confused, it'll make sense once we get going.
Yeah.
I'm going to start it off by giving you,
Yep.
a thing. Okay. This is a lighthearted one. A bubbly one.
I like that.
This is fun. Okay. Colin, pizza should never be eaten with a fork and a knife. Convince me otherwise.
So I just want to paint a picture for you.
Yeah, please.
You are at... you have a huge job interview coming up, and this is like the most important job interview of your life.
Yes.
Like you're wearing a full suit.
Full suit. Do I have a vest on?
Yes, you do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like a tux almost.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between the two, but
it's just a suit. But
okay.
But this one's got a vest.
All right.
So it's a nice suit.
So I'm already doing all right.
Yeah, you're doing great. Well, no, you went into major debt buying this suit, hoping you get this job.
Okay.
So but the problem is you forgot to eat breakfast and it's 3:00 and you haven't had lunch either. So you're hungry and your stomach's rumbling. You're like,
I'm a rumbly.
Your tumbly is rumbly at this moment. Yes. So you're thinking, okay, I need to eat something because I don't want my tumbly rumbling this whole job interview. Mm-hmm. So you go get some pizza, but you get that thing and it is like just sauce. This pizza is like, you know, if you pick this thing up, it's spilling all over you.
Okay.
So you think to yourself, my options are die of hunger.
Well, that's a stream.
Nope.
Yeah.
You have to go with me on this.
Okay.
Or use, what was it, fork and knife? Was that the
Fork and knife.
use a fork and a knife to eat this pizza?
But why wouldn't it get all over me if I use a fork and a knife?
Good question. Because when you cut it up into little pieces, then you can get like the whole piece in your mouth at one time versus like when you take a bite, that's when the sauce squirts out all over.
What if I just like hold my head over the plate?
That is
but we're talking about sauce squirting out.
right. So it's kind of unpredictable.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
That's not what you're supposed to say.
Dang it. How about now?
You convinced me. That's
Okay,
you did a good
thank
job.
you.
That was good.
Thanks.
That was good. Okay.
I don't think I actually did, but
No, you actually did. Like because
I think that's a situation, I think.
I
'Cause
think
it's
that's
not-
a situation where it
I'm
works.
not obviously in almost all scenarios, if you eat pizza with a fork and a knife, you're a psycho. But
True. But
it's not always.
there's going to be loopholes in all of these things, but like because like you could have gotten something else to eat, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I think with what you were given, that was really good.
Thank you.
Great job.
Is that kind of what we're going for with this
That's
game?
exactly what I think we were going for.
good.
Yeah.
Just making sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I have one for you.
I have one for you.
Yes.
Okay.
I spoke like that at the time. That was fun. Also, question. I tried to go with like a single earpiece this week instead of headphones, but it fell out like pretty early on. Do I sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
You sound so good.
Dude, that's awesome. The statement I'm going to go with is ice cream is best in the summer. What's the thing we say after that?
Convince me otherwise.
Convince me otherwise.
Yeah. I got this. Okay. So let me paint you a picture.
Please.
Okay. You ever seen Lilo and Stitch?
I have.
Okay.
Great movie.
Great movie. So I want you to imagine yourself in the Lilo and Stitch universe. Okay. And you're not yourself. You're
am I?
a specific character.
Okay.
There's a character in Lilo and Stitch where the only thing that ever happens to this guy is
I know this guy.
he's got this mint chocolate chip ice cream
Yep.
on a cone. And all he wants to do is eat it. But every single time he goes to take a bite, it falls off his cone into the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. I understand that generally speaking, you're not in that universe anymore. But just take that into consideration, okay? Generally speaking, winter has snow.
It does.
Because we're in Minnesota, so winter has snow. Okay, so if I drop my bagel into the mud,
Yep.
I'm not going to pick that bagel up and eat it. No way, okay?
You would not do
but
it.
if I drop my bagel into the snow, I will pick that bagel up, give it a little blow, like that. All the snow is coming right off of it, and I'm going to pop that thing in my mouth. Easy, no problem, right? Okay, same goes for ice cream. If I'm eating ice cream in a cone outside, and it falls off my cone like that poor Lilo and Stitch character into the snow, I'm not even thinking twice. I'm going to reach down, pick up the ice cream sphere, set it back on my cone, and continue to indulge without a second thought. And you're not, and some people will go, how are you going to pick up the ice cream? That's silly. It's winter time. My ice cream's not melting. It's solid rock. The only way it's melting is when I put my hot tongue on it to lick it off. Okay? One scenario, right? Another scenario, I got into a little bit. It's not going to melt and run all over your hands. Nothing is worse than going to Burger King for the 98 cents.
You could have stopped there.
Nothing's worse than going to Burger King. How about now? No. Then going to Burger King for the 98 cents cones. Okay. They have whatever. It's soft serve ice cream. Going there in 85 degree weather with one other person to get 6 cones to bring back to your family, and they are dripping all over your hands. They're getting on your car seats. They're getting everywhere. You get out of the car and the people are like busy with something else, and you're like holding these cones. Your whole hands are drenched in ice cream. Not in the wintertime. That's not happening.
It's not even a little bit.
It's not even a little bit happening. Also, I'd like to mention brain freezes. Much less common in the wintertime. Okay. Your brain is already conditioned to the cold. Yes. Your brain's already conditioned to the cold. You're not getting a brain freeze as often in the wintertime.
You tell me, if you stand outside in the snow, just looking at an ice cream cone, you're going to get fewer brain freezes than if you were doing the same thing.
It'd be an interesting thing to try out.
I actually don't know which would happen. It'd be interesting to find out.
Anyway, how about now?
You had me pretty good until the brain freeze thing.
Okay.
That threw me for a loop. But if we exclude that, I think you make some great points.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's where I'll leave that.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I am fully convinced at this point that you know what needs to happen in our world? We need to get rid of text style communication. All these letters and things that we're sending over the space between, I don't even know how it's getting from me to you. Like, I'm sick of it. I have to read and interpret tone and like try to figure out if you're mad or not. We just need to be done with all of it and go back to calling over the phone. That's the only thing that needs to happen. And I want you to convince me that that is a good idea. Okay, so it's kind of I phrase it kind of weird. So you're arguing for the phone call. You're making the argument that I just made.
You just made the argument.
Right, but I didn't give any reasons why it's a good idea.
Tone and
just
okay.
do it.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah.
This is a great way to start all of these.
Yeah.
This is so good. You
content
are
so good.
Yes. You are having a conversation with your best friend.
Okay. I am right now.
Yeah, you are on your podcast.
Yes.
And I say something like, we should film. Sorry, we finish filming. I go home. I start editing the podcast. I say, this segment is really strong. We should do this one again. And you say, and you think to yourself, okay, yeah, I think it's interesting. I think we should talk about this more.
Yeah.
But you generally agree. You say something like, interesting. Let's think about that a little more.
Okay.
You say like, interesting. Okay, let's think about that a little more.
Yeah.
I get that text and I see, interesting. Let's think about that a little more. So I go, oh, did you not think it was a good idea? And you read, sorry. I say, oh, didn't you think it was a good idea? And you say, oh, didn't you think it was a good idea? And then we go on like this, misinterpreting each other's texts. So the point is, when you talk on the phone, I understand your tone. And
yeah.
I was going to say body language, but I don't because I can't see you.
FaceTime, people. The wave of the future.
The way God intended it.
Oh, that's funny. This is how God intended it. FaceTime.
But when you text, you lose out on all that tone, and that's a sad thing.
Yeah. So is that your only argument, tone?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only one I can think of because that's what you said.
You didn't convince me that we should. You didn't convince me that we should do away with all forms of text style communication because, I'm a big fan of a handwritten letter. I'm a big fan of a nicely worded email. I'm a big fan of a heartwarming happy birthday text or a heartwarming good morning handsome text.
I send those to him every day.
My favorite thing in the morning is waking up and seeing call and go, good morning, handsome. That doesn't happen. We're joking.
It's just a joke. It's a prank.
Yeah, so you didn't convince me.
I'm sorry.
And you also didn't say how about now, but that's fine.
You didn't give me a chance.
Oh, I thought you were done.
No, I forgot about it, but I had you fooled there.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I got one more.
Yep.
And this one is kindness is important. Convince me otherwise.
Ooh. Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Let me paint you a picture here. Okay. You are you are 34 years old. Exactly. Yesterday was your 34th birthday. Okay. You are happily enjoying. What? What's your wife's name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, yes. You are happily enjoying a cup of coffee with your wife, Vanessa.
Okay.
Okay. Things couldn't be better. You're just having a great day, right? It's a Saturday morning. You don't have any responsibilities throughout the day. You might have to run into work at one point or another, but it's so far off out of your mind. It's like one little thing.
Right.
Okay. And down trots a little toddler.
Oh boy.
That you and Vanessa procreated to make.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Its name is
Charles.
Charles, right? So Vanessa, Colin, and Charles just chilling in the family room. Okay.
Yeah.
You're chilling with Vanessa. And Charles, who's a little toddler, like I said, we're going to say he's 3 years old. You had this child when you were 31 years old. Okay.
Checks out.
And all of a sudden, he like grabs a hold of the end table and shakes it violently. And your coffee that you had just set down
Yep.
tips off,
Okay.
spilling onto the carpet, leaking through the carpet,
Oh, boy.
getting onto the subfloor. It's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want this.
No, that's a bad thing to happen.
Now, if you are to look at Charles and be like, oh, that's okay, like it was an accident, whatever, Charles isn't going to learn. Okay.
Boy.
Charles isn't going to learn. And so kindness isn't the answer here. Okay. Because if you're kind to Charles, Charles is not going to, tomorrow, he's not going to walk down to the end table and look at it and go, I shouldn't shake that. Okay. Now, I know where all your head is going. Everybody's head's going to the same place here. We're not here to talk about spanking. All right. We're not going to do it. But take what not being kind to your own child means. Okay. Whatever.
Jeez.
You know what I'm trying to say.
I do.
Right? You understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. Kindness isn't the answer there. Okay. That's not my only picture that I'm going to paint you.
Okay. I want to talk about that one before we move on. Can we do?
No.
No. You got okay.
So
I'm sorry.
let me paint you another picture here. You're
quite the artist.
You're at the
A lot of
office.
paintings.
Okay, you're at the office.
Yeah.
And your coworker, who's also you don't have coworkers, you have subordinates. And your subordinate has missed a deadline.
Oh my goodness.
Quite crucial deadline. Your subordinate, Kevin, he's a great friend of yours, right? Like last week he did you this huge favor where he came over and like checked out this leak that you had in your basement. You had coffee dripping from the ceiling for some reason.
There's a lot of coffee that's spilling.
It's the same scenario. You didn't
I get it.
connect
I
those?
get it.
Okay.
Just to get all the way through and drip through the ceiling would be just a lot.
Yeah, it was big.
It was a big.
mug.
It was a big mug.
You're a big coffee drinker. Anyway, so Kevin's just a great guy, right?
Yeah,
You're subordinate
nice guy.
Kevin. You're good buds with him. But the problem with Kevin is you've given him quite a few second chances with these deadlines, and he keeps missing them. And you've been told by your higher ups that if these deadlines aren't met and you don't do something to change it, your job is going bye-bye. Okay? So the question that you're posed with is, do I give Kevin one more chance and I just do this deadline myself? Because you could knock this out in 30 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, and be done with it, and then you make the deadline. No, that's not the choice. You need to go fire Kevin because Kevin's not going to learn to keep up with his deadlines on his next job if he doesn't see the consequences of what happens when you don't.
Yeah.
How about now?
So a couple comments.
Go ahead.
I find it a little concerning that when you're trying to make the case that kindness is not important, your first instinct is think about when your child does something you don't like. Is kindness important then? Think about it, Colin.
Don't psychoanalyze me, okay?
Okay.
We're not doing this right now.
No, you did not convince me,
Okay.
even one bit.
Okay.
Because I think
Fair enough. I don't know if I could convince
no, that would
anybody of that.
in your defense, that was
You gave me a really hard
that was a really
one.
hard one. But I think the kindest thing you could do is discipline your child to some extent in that, or at least not let him completely get away with, doing that. Be like, oh, that's fine. Keep dumping the coffee out, because you know what? He's gonna keep doing that. He's gonna spill it on himself. Then he's gonna get actually hurt.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
So we're preventing that. The second one though, you say, you had me up until you said Kevin isn't gonna learn at his next job to get things done in time unless you fire him for this. So one could make the argument that this is me being kind to him because it's helping him grow into being a better person.
No.
Nope, I don't see it.
That one's not good. That one's not good. But to be honest with you, I kind of just didn't really have any place to go with that one.
So you just started talking, and it
So I just
worked
started
pretty
talking.
good. That one was more convincing than this first one.
The Kevin one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a lot, I can get behind that one.
Yeah.
So you might have convinced me on that one, actually.
Oh, how about now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Kindness is so.
Kindness is
we
so
don't.
overrated.
We don't need it.
Yeah. I will say, now that was game time, you guys. That was how about now. I actually think we can do that one again and keep it interesting, keep it going. We do support kindness.
We're a pro kindness podcast.
We are a pro kindness.
We're going to take a
podcast.
stand on that issue.
Yeah, we are.
We try not to get political, but we are pro kindness.
Yeah.
Any candidate who is not kind, we will not support in any election. That's not
Well,
true.
I don't know if you're going to be voting this year.
No,
candidates
unfortunately.
for politics aren't super kind.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
So, I think we had one more thing, but it's getting.
I think we save it.
I think it's getting. We're.
Should we tease the next segment?
No. So jumping into the end here.
No.
Everyone's favorite Would You Rather, brought to you today by. We're gonna say it together. Ready? 1, 2.
Wait. What's the segment called?
Did I say it?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
There's our spoiler for next week.
No.
No.
Everyone's favorite. Why do people do that?
Why do people do? Dang, let's try that again.
What?
Everyone's favorite segment.
Why do people do that? Brought to you by. We're gonna say this together.
Ready?
Calypso.
We're so good at podcasting.
Calypso Lemonade. Brought to you today by Calypso Lemonade. Not sponsored. I hope we don't. We're not gonna get in trouble.
No.
You're such an.
But if Calypso
Idiot,
wants to
yeah.
sponsor us, we will do it. We won't. We'll think about it, then we'll do it.
I don't know how I feel about their values.
I don't care.
Okay. So today's why do people do that? I think I'm trying to think.
Did you forget it?
Well, no, I know what it is, but I'm trying to think if it was my own or if somebody gave this to me. You know what? We'll just
take
say
credit for it.
We'll just say it was somebody. What?
I was just going to say, just take credit for it.
Okay, we'll take credit for it. It might have been my sister-in-law Jessica's, but so if it was, shout out Jessica. Otherwise, today's why do people do that is this. Colin, why do people wear AirPods all the time while you're just having a conversation with them?
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Your mic is not plugged in all the way.
Oh no. Hopefully it was still coming through.
It was still coming through. I was watching it. Sorry if that pop hurt your guys' ears. Coming back to what I was saying here, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I've been watching it the whole time. You don't have to be stressed.
The waveform on the screen?
Yeah, I've been
me
watching
too.
it. Yeah, so that's my question. Why do people wear AirPods while you're talking to somebody? Okay, somebody who does this, I'm going to call him out right now. My little brother Lincoln
Oh, Lincoln.
walks around the house with an AirPod in his ear, and I dude, what are you listening to? And half the time, I kid you not, it's
Nothing.
nothing.
Oh, I know.
Why is it in your ear then? Take it out of your ear, okay? It's like you're using it as an earplug, which one? Okay, first reason that's stupid. If you just have one earplug in, that's not only dumb and useless, it's also bad for your hearing.
ears.
Okay. 2, rude. You're just
Listen to me speak.
You're just blocking out the right half of your world. Okay, so that's dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have a third one other than the fact that that's stupid if there's nothing coming through it. Reasons why it's stupid if there is coming through it. you're just a jerk. Why aren't you listening to the things that I'm saying? I'm pouring my heart out to you here in conversation, and you are totally ignoring me. Mm-hmm. Unless you're not. But how do I know? Like, that's the other thing. So many thoughts travel through my head when I'm talking to somebody with this. Like my brother, I'll just be like, dude, just take that out of your ear. That's so stupid. Okay.
You're like, I can't think of anything except this AirPod in your ear now. Can you
right.
just...
But like, if it's somebody that I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable saying that to, the only thing in my head while I'm talking about is
are they even listening to me? I wonder if they listen to something right now. What is it? You think it's a podcast? You think it's music?
The recap podcast?
You think it's the recap podcast? I wonder if they've given it a 5-star review.
They should. If they haven't, they should. And when we say 5-star review, like, write one.
Or just give a rating if you want.
Anyway, I'm like, are they listening to me while they're listening to me talk? Like the recap podcast and...
Oh, can you imagine?
That would be actually
You're talking about the same topic too?
Oh my goodness.
That'd be insane.
Crazy. Anyway, if you're doing that, please don't take it out of your ear while you're talking to us. But actually do. Never mind. Not going back on this. But that's just
grinds your gears.
It just grinds my gears because it's like just straight up rude. Yeah. Like you don't it's like answering the phone in the middle. It would be equivalent to me of like answering the phone at the dinner table. Like you didn't get up to walk away. You didn't like just like click off.
You're just like, hello.
Yeah, you're just hello. Now's a great time. What's up?
I'm not doing anything. Nothing. I can meet you for dinner right now.
That's funny. Yeah, dude. How's like 10 minutes sound? And then you just get up and walk away without even talking to the people you're having dinner with, which I presume is maybe your family. I don't know.
That's the equivalent in Ian's mind.
That's the equivalent in my mind of you having a genuine conversation with me while there's an AirPod in your ear, whether there's something playing or not. If there's not, literally take it out of your ear.
Literally don't even. And if there is something playing, then stop.
Yeah. And I don't care if you have the AirPods case in your car and like, I left the AirPods case in my car.
Just put the AirPod in your pocket or hold it.
Exactly. Just put it in your pocket or hold it.
Or put it on your ear like a pencil. Can you do that?
I'm sure you could if you have like AirPod 1s or 2s.
Yeah.
And you put like
the longer stem
back.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Do that for all I care. I don't.
For all I care, I don't. Just please don't have it.
Just don't have it in your ear, obstructing your. I was going to say vision, but that's not the right one.
It's one of the senses.
Yeah. So you obstructing a sense. Please don't do that.
This is one of the first one of the first why do people do that in recent memory that I say that as though we've been doing the podcast for years and years and years. Within the past like 2 or 3 for sure, where I think we've been in 100% agreement.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. It's rude and
it's not cool at all.
It shouldn't be a thing that's happening.
Yeah, and you know what else? Kids out there who are listening, if people in your school are saying this is cool, do this. Cool. It's not cool. Don't do it.
Some things are that they say are cool. Like smoking.
Smoking's not cool. Don't do drugs.
I'm totally kidding.
Okay, but to wrap it up, I'll say this. Okay. On the flip side of it,
yep.
If you're gonna do it, there is an instance where it's okay. Okay, here's a scenario where it's okay to have an AirPod in your ear while you're talking to somebody.
Paint a picture.
Let me paint this picture for you. You're working in an environment that allows an AirPod while you're working. Okay, a single AirPod in your ear.
I think I know where you're going with this.
This is allowed to have one AirPod in your ear while you're working. Okay, and somebody walks by. You don't need to say something to you as simple as like, hey, will you go do this when you're finished up? Mm-hmm. You don't need to take it out of your ear, okay? If it's so loud that you can't hear the person, don't look at them and just nod your head and not know what they said.
Just ignore them.
No, pause it. Pause what's going on.
Or just take one ear out. It'll pause itself.
Well, you can only have one in. So yeah, if you take it out, it'll pause itself. Yeah, that's fine. Double tap it to pause, whatever you want to do. That's okay. If it's quick and easy, and then that person walks away. Mm-hmm. But if you're having a conversation with me, it's not okay, and that's final. And
if you do this, you're banned from the podcast.
You're no Dexter. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Dexters can make mistakes.
You're right. You're allowed to be a Dexter and still be wrong about things.
Exactly. Like, amen to that.
We're not perfect, but we're trying to.
We are.
Right. Dexters aren't perfect. Are we Dexters? That's a deeper conversation for another time.
I'm gonna say no.
I don't want to get theological with this.
I'm gonna say no, and then we're gonna move on.
Okay.
And by move on, I mean
End the podcast.
end the pocket. Colin, do you have a fun way to send us off this week?
Yeah, I do. I have a quick
Are you
little
hungry?
thing to. No.
Okay.
Why?
Nothing.
Okay.
Quick little thing.
Yeah, quick little fun thing to point out. There's been a box elder bug crawling on that ring light
I
across
knew
from
that.
me for
I knew
like
that. I wonder if it's shadow.
20 minutes, and it's incredible.
It's just
to
going in
watch.
circles.
And I wonder if he realizes that it's just a ring.
Do you
Anyway.
think bugs. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna.
We don't
go
need
there.
to. The point is, I don't know what the point is, but have a good day.
Have a good week, you guys. Calypso Lemonade sponsored. Go feed the ducks. See you later, Dexters.
Bye.